everybody? Very tired Realm Builder guy is here and back with Crusader Kings 3. I'm very tired because I'm lucky enough that this Saturday, October 17th, my son was born. So child number 3 is here and everything that goes with it, all the amazing stuff, but obviously also a little bit of tired here and there. So just so you know, now in the beginning with a newborn and taking some time off of work and so on, helping out, I will also, there may be a few content gaps here or there for a couple of weeks, but it'll all find its way pretty soon. I also want to say a big thank you to everybody that's been subscribing and liking, cracked the 500 subscriber mark here just a few days ago. So in less than 2 months, channel that, I mean, it was a little slow start like it always is, cracked 500. We're at 3,700 watch time hours now, so we're well on way to the magical 1,000 land, or the monetization land here on YouTube, which just helps get the channel seed so by more people. So if you can, please drop a like. That helps a lot. So it's been a few days since I fired this up, because again, like I said, I recorded ahead of time so that when the child is born, I, can help out and just being tired. But anyway, I'm back at it here. Need to kind of wrap my head around the situation that we are currently facing. I think overall, things are looking decent. We're increasing our control here. We are fabricating some claims down over here. So it's a bit of a slow burn right now, because like I talked about in the last episode, we've got though some targets, we're just not quite there. I'd love to take out some of these guys, but if you look at the fact, like these guys, they have huge military strength through their allies, and they've got 1,400 mercenaries, which is kind of insane. And that's kind of one of those where you just got to keep an eye on it and see which way it goes in terms of mercenaries. Because obviously mercenaries aren't around forever. They do go away eventually. And that's just something to bear in mind. All these guys have huge military strengths, and they're just more powerful than us. These guys are probably the best bet to try to pick off. Given where they are, they've got one ally right next to them. It's a negotiated alliance, but obviously if we do conquer them, we have to go through these guys' territory, and it's not great. I'll be honest, I need to check here. Can't even declare a war, so we don't have a Casus Belli. So where we can declare a war are the guys next to it, and that's just a bit of a problem for us. We can't declare a war here either. No Casus Belli. So right now, there's just not a lot of war that can happen, except to try to press our claims for Ruthenia. They have 1,500. If we look at a total, their levies are 3,000. They can bring another 1,500 to bear. That's 45, call it 4,600 soldiers. We don't have the money to bring in mercenaries. We've got plenty of prestige, which really doesn't help us. There are some strategic errors that I made in army composition. They'll go into in a military guide and kind of talk about there. Before we went feudal, we had a lot of prestige points. Yes, I wanted the prestige points because we needed it to go feudal, but time before that should have brought in more men-at-arms regiments, and we didn't. So it kind of is what it is right now. We can create another men-at-arms regiment. If we look at the cost, we can increase our light footmen, we can increase our bowmen, we can increase our pikemen, and onagers, of course. But really, there's not much to say. But size 1 of 8, so we can max these guys out, and there's probably not a bad idea to add bowmen at this time. So we'll add that. So we've got our 5 regiments, but we can bump them all up to an 8, or 800. So we'll let these guys kind of grow a little bit and tick the clock up here a little bit as well. Now, the other thing that was brought up, oh, hold on, heresy. the Daux, Theodosia of Mashva, has announced the world that he and his vassals have converted to Christiani, having become disillusioned with the teachings of the Orthodox priests. The nobles of Machva no longer consider the clergy to be righteous and true and are distancing themselves from their former religious institutions. So, you know, they do have some good points. Cost piety that we don't have. I mean, if we take a look at this, what does it do? It's a form, obviously, of Christian faith, but we're not going to do that. I don't really care. But anyway, if we look at our son, who we did marry off last time, you can see here he is homosexual. Now, that doesn't really have... Oh, our spy master finally died. It doesn't really have an effect on adding... oh, Prince Ingvar is converted. So, interesting. So, anyway, it doesn't have an effect on forming the alliance or the marriage. Can it have an effect on the actual marriage itself? Of course, depending on what kind of events fire. You can see here we've got 19 months left because our bishop is kind of crap, but we can't get rid of him. So, Spymaster. Let's take a look and see. Do we have anybody that's semi-decent? Got a courtier here. Is a twin. Mastermind philosopher. Is arrogant, calm, and sadistic. Yeah, let's give it to Feodosa. She's just a courtier. She's a treacherous villain. Kind of gotta like that. So we will assign her. And disrupt schemes. Not great. I'm not gonna lie, but here's another little thing. Money-wise, Realm Priest endorses us, so we get levies and we get money. That's an important thing there. So continue this. So, obviously the question is, what do we do next? Can designate a guardian. There we go. That's something we can do real quick. Actually, what I'm going to do is keep the clock ticking. And we've got a new stewardship perk, so we're going to go down that line. Positions of power, counselor opinion goes plus 20. Perfect. And we will now go and take a look at Alexei real quick. So Alexei is now 9. He is betrothed. Rowdy. Good marshal. So let's pick an education focus for him. I do have my 6-sided dice. So it'll be a 1 for diplomacy, 2 or 3 for intrigue, 4 or 5 for marshal, and 6 for stewardship. That's a 2. So intrigue. He's already on the intrigue focus. So if we pick someone for him, let's see who is good at intrigue. Our marshal is good at intrigue, or our spy master. Let's just pick our spy master, send that proposal, and he is now being educated. So again, we can declare a ton of wars, but really none of them are smart wars at this point. We look at here, she allied, I mean, look at that allied military strength, up to 10,000. I mean, the fact that she's with Polotsk, but more importantly, Hungary. The Hungarian alliance is really what's protecting Novgorod. Let's take a look here. If we declare a war for our claims, it's a similar military strength. He has his 1 ally in Polotsk. We have 4 allies, including Polotsk. I'm honestly not sure how that falls. Now, since we're being the aggressor, does that mean he would side on a defensive war? If that's the case, we lose 1,000 men and in our alliance. So that's the difficulty there. If we look at Luki, can't declare a war here. We can arrange marriage with a hook. Her military alliances, I mean, she's relatively weak. We definitely could beat her, but we sadly do not have a Casus Belli. And with him, we could beat him as well. But again here, I mean, we do have a Casus Belli for our claims down here. It might not be back. Now, we have to go through enemy territory to get there. But we could do it. Who are the allies? No, well, Count of Luki and Grand Princess of Luki. That might not be a bad one to expand our holdings down south. Duchy titles really doesn't help us. We want Novgorod, obviously, for obvious reasons, but that's just not going to happen at this point. We have more. Luki wouldn't be a bad one. Empire titles, we need to go that direction anyway. Call Hunt, we'll get rid of that right now. Let's see. Can't really do anything there. We can't get the claim just because the opinion is low. And the prince is a child, so that goes in our favor, but the opinion we have with the patriarch is very, very low. Otherwise, that would be a decent one. Requesting a claim here would accept it, but we do not have 270 in piety. So again, we could request that claim. We don't have the piety to do so. So it's a bit of a holding pattern. We can see here's been a change. Ryazan took over this little bit from the Volga Bulgarians. From that other Volga Bulgarians. Fighting against them is pointless. They're just way too powerful right now. So that makes no sense. Pechenex, there's a Pechenek, Kumania. Yeah, so we're in this odd holding pattern where there's really not a ton we can do. We're trying to work on a claim there. I think maybe what we do here is actually put the claim here. We'll shift it because we know we can request the claim if we get enough piety, which is going to take quite a while. So we need to see if there are any decisions that fit the role-playing to give us more piety. Pilgrimage. Journeys are more expensive. Minimum cost 0. More piety you will gain. Let's prepare for the journey. We haven't done a pilgrimage yet, so let's do an Orthodox pilgrimage. It is time for me to set out on my journey to one of the holy places, but which one? Jerusalem costs a ton of money. Constantinople, Vaticano, perhaps somewhere else. Alexandria, Antioch. Is there any place else? No, we don't have the money to do this. Yeah, this is not the right time. We need money to be able to do that. So again, otherwise that would be a good route to go. But to get the piety, we need the gold, and we don't have the gold. So in that case, let's see, who are they at war with? Defending against Prince Fedot of Ruthenia and Grand Prince of Smolensk County. Okay. Do we have any claims there? What is our claim? That's our claim. Contested county. And he's right now in a war that he is winning. And he's losing this one. So that is Smolensk wants that. I wonder if we can get into that contest and beat them out for it. You know what? Let's just try it and see what happens. The timing may not be perfect. But we have the prestige. So let's declare the war. And hit pause. And we will move where we want to raise our armies, all the way to the south. Raise all armies there. And call our allies to war. Is already in a war against them. Okay. Vitebsk. Tver. Again, we have... Can't... He's already in a war. Alright. So. Of course I shall join your war. Excellent. And... Let's go to our soldiers. We've got our commander. And let's... march south. Let's first cross here. Wait for that army to move. And it could be that we have to fight. So we'll have to... Let's wait there. There's a little bit of an autosave. Let's bump the speed up. Uh-oh. Dynasty has changed. So it looks like alliance has expired. And we had a death. That could change things now. Now, we just gotta wait. Just gotta wait. Wait for them to move out. And wait for them to move in. Gotta wait for that army to move. We will cross here. In hopes that our allies come with us. Let's see what that does. My hope is obviously... Ah, son of a gun. There's one army. We can defeat them. We cannot defeat these guys. We are engaged, and here come the allies. And I don't think we're going to get our reinforcements in time. The timing was bad. And then somebody else died. And now we're screwed. That was just like... ultimate crap timing hit us there. I mean, big time. Big time. That was not what we wanted, to say the least. But what does this world now look like here? Greetings, Uncle. It has become clear that your bishop is working to establish a false and spurious claim on the county of Valdai. And I think this kind of dishonorable action will go without a response. Alright, whatever. So what do we have here? Polotsk. And that kind of fell to pieces. Minsk is there. Oh, wow. I mean, this just... everything fell to pieces. Your hook on Ignoy has expired. We're just getting defeated again here. Oh, those are our allies. Well, that was untimely, to say the least. We'll move our army south. That was, again, from the timing standpoint, could not have gone any worse. See, they're in a war with these guys, and they are losing. Well, it was worth a try to kind of see how that all would work out. In terms of how, you know, the other war they're in, would they be enemies? They are enemies. So again, it's a good thing to check. Dynasty head changed. Grand Prince of Sofia became the new dynasty head of the Rurikid dynasty. That's kind of cool. Okay, so they're moving down south again. And I think let's move our army. It's just, they're not allied with them. They're all fighting against each other. Richardus, our wife, is now pregnant. That's great. Here comes another army from here. Ow. While I smack the table. Let's cross over this way. Another dynasty head change. Don't want to cross the river there. So let's just go around this way. See if we can somehow circumvent them and come in that way. Of course, here's another army moving in. And are those raiders? Crusader Kings, Christian pilgrims to the Holy Land, suffer all manner of abuse, and their routes are fraught with danger. In order to protect the pilgrims and secure Jerusalem for Christ and the faithful, His Holiness Pope Sylvester has accepted the possibility of an outright invasion by joint Christian forces. The theological ramifications of this news are already being discussed by the ecumenical patriarch and other notable members of our clergy, who are eager to follow the example of the Catholics and begin a new age of religious warfare in the name of orthodoxy. So now we have access to crusades. So that's interesting. If they say so, is the reaction. So again, we've got these armies moving back and forth here, which comes with its own problems. Let's see, that's another army there. That's Novgorod. Let's see what those guys do. Can we move in there? Just move down here. Obviously, this is what we need. Notable guest has arrived. Interesting. Let's just sit there for a second. And let's try to go in there again. I mean, the dynasty head is just constantly shifting based on military strength and so on. So this is never ending. We got a battle going on there. Okay. I have prowled through documents, both ancient and less. I finally have enough material. Okay. So this is... We can present our claim. Yes, all of Luki will be mine. I don't have the money. Remember, we needed the money to go on the pilgrimage. Well, that's unfortunate. But you know what? We'll just do that. And here comes an army is going to move in. We will have a battle. And here comes some more forces. The scandal. My daughter-in-law Feodosia has been showing the signs of pregnancy for some time now, and everyone thought that her husband, Izyaslav, was the father of the child. Now it has become clear that the real father-to-be is none other than Toilet. Oh my, what scandal. Now everyone knows. Alright, so we've got a large army. My daughter. Let's give her a good Russian name. Dobroslava. Perfect. And we will get out of here, because we have got that large force coming up. And the timing of this entire battle is not, or this entire war is not what we wanted or needed. That was a miscalculation of events. And obviously we didn't know that our most powerful ally was going to, you know, die. I wonder. Can't do a white piece. I mean, it looks like everyone's at war here. So it's a little on the confusion side as far as who is battling whom. Vyslava comes of age. I'm proud to see my daughter no longer as a child, but as an adult. With sufficient tutelage, even a child, this displayed little natural inclination towards scholarship, such as Vyslava can come to truly understand any subject. An avid learner, she has become quite the purveyor of knowledge and has proven herself fully capable of structuring advanced theoretical and theological arguments. So she's an astute intellectual. Alright, so we gotta keep an eye on this. So again, there are like 20 different enemies here fighting each other. And that is a problem for us. Got some large armies fighting there. Let's just move up here. sinful patriarch has been exposed. And will we meet in battle against that small Nizhny Novgorod force? I think so. No. Strangers in the night. We went right past one another. And I just don't think this is happening because we're at war with everyone that's at war. And we lost our most powerful ally, which is not good. We can't call him to war because he's already at war. So, our daughter can marry, and that's something for the next episode. So yeah, it was kind of a, let's call this a bad timing episode. Wanting to expand further south, and everyone's at war, and then including with us. So this is definitely something we're going to try to get out of, and maybe look at buying some time and then just grabbing a claim somewhere. Yeah, so, and then figuring out maybe we can go on a crusade up here. We'll see. Anyway, until next time, I'm Realm Builder Guy, and I'll talk to you soon.